Question: the total area under the normal distribution curve is? Answer: C. 1. Explanation: the total area under any probability density curve, including the normal curve, is always equal to 1. Question: if P of A equals 0.3, P of B equals 0.4, and A and B are independent, then P of intersection B is? Answer: A. 0.12. Explanation: for independent events, the probability of both occurring is found by multiplying their individual probabilities. Question: the mean of binomial distribution is? Answer: A and P. Explanation: the mean of a binomial distribution is calculated by multiplying the number of trials n by the probability of success p. Question: which distribution is used when n is large and p is small? Answer: B. Poisson. Explanation: the Poisson distribution is used to model events that happen many times but have a very low success rate per trial. Question: in hypothesis testing, type I error occurs when? Answer: B. H0 is rejected when it is true. Explanation: a type 1 error is a false positive, where we wrongly reject a null hypothesis that is actually correct. Question: the standard normal distribution has mean and variance. Answer: B. 0, 1. Explanation: by definition, a standard normal distribution is centered at 0 with a spread of 1. Question: if E of x equals 5 and E of y equals 3, then E of 2x plus 3y is? Answer: B. 19. Explanation: using the rules of expected value, this is calculated as 2 times 5 plus 3 times 3, which equals 19. Question: the coefficient of correlation ranges between? Answer: C. -1 and 1. Explanation: correlation measures the strength of a relationship ranging from -1 to +1. Question: in regression line y equals a plus bx, b represents? Answer: B. Slope. Explanation: in this linear equation, b is the slope, which shows the change in y for every 1 unit increase in x. Question: for a symmetric distribution, mean, median, and mode are? Answer: B. Equal. Explanation: in a perfectly symmetrical distribution, the mean, median, and mode all fall at the exact same center point. Question: the expected value of a random variable is also called? Answer: B. Mean. Explanation: the expected value is the long-run average value of a random variable, which is the arithmetic mean. Question: if covariance of x and y equals 0, then rho of x and y is? Answer: A. 0. Explanation: rho represents the correlation coefficient. If there is no covariance, there is no linear correlation. Question: in a Poisson distribution, if lambda equals 3, then P of x equals 2 is? Answer: A. e to the power -3 times 3 squared divided by 2 factorial. Explanation: this follows the Poisson formula, where we plug in the average rate lambda and the number of desired occurrences. Question: the shape of the t-distribution depends on? Answer: C. Degrees of freedom. Explanation: as the degrees of freedom increase, the t-distribution changes shape and becomes more like the normal distribution. Question: for a continuous random variable, P of x equals x is always? Answer: B. 0. Explanation: in continuous data, the probability of the variable being exactly one specific value is 0, because the range of values is infinite. Question: the sum of probabilities of all possible outcomes equals? Answer: C. 1. Explanation: in any probability distribution, the total sum of all possible outcomes must always equal exactly 1. Question: if we reject h0 at alpha equals 0.05, we will at alpha equals 0.01. Answer: D. Sometimes accept h0. Explanation: rejecting a hypothesis at a 5% significance level does not guarantee it will also be rejected at the stricter 1% level. Question: if z is a standard normal variate, then P of 0 less than z less than 1.96 is approximately? Answer: B. 0.475. Explanation: this value represents the probability of a score falling between the mean and 1.96 standard deviations on one side of the curve. Question: the method of moments is used for? Answer: B. Estimation. Explanation: this is a statistical method used to find estimators for population parameters by using sample moments. Question: the probability of an impossible event is? Answer: A. 0. Explanation. By definition, an event that cannot happen has a probability of 0. Question. For two independent events A and B, P of a union B equals. Answer. A, P of A plus P of B. Explanation. If events are independent and mutually exclusive, their combined probability is simply the sum of their individual probabilities. Question. The mean of a standard normal distribution is. Answer. A, 0. Explanation. The standard normal distribution is specifically defined as having a mean of 0. Question. A type II error is committed when. Answer. B, H0 is false but accepted. Explanation. A type 2 error occurs when we fail to reject a null hypothesis that is actually incorrect. Question. The variance of a binomial distribution is. Answer. B, MCQ. Explanation. The variance is calculated by multiplying the number of trials n, the probability of success p, and the probability of failure q. Question. If x follows a normal distribution with 50 and 25, then the standard deviation is. Answer. C, 5. Explanation. In the notation, 25 is the variance and the standard deviation is the square root of the variance, which is 5. Question. The mean of the Poisson distribution is. Answer. A, lambda. Explanation. In a Poisson distribution, the mean is equal to the parameter lambda. Question. The correlation coefficient measures. Answer. B, linear relationship. Explanation. Correlation measures how closely two variables move together in a straight line relationship. Question. If P of A equals 0.6, P of B equals 0.3, and P of a given B equals 0.4, then P of a intersection B is. Answer. A, 0.12. Explanation. This is calculated by multiplying P of a given B by P of B, which is 0.4 times 0.3. Question. The standard error of the mean decreases when. Answer. B, sample size increases. Explanation. As the sample size grows, the estimate of the mean becomes more accurate, causing the standard error to go down. Question. The value of chi-square is always. Answer. B, positive. Explanation. Because the calculation involves squaring differences, the result can never be a negative number. Question. If x and y are independent, then covariance of x and y is. Answer. A, 0. Explanation. Independent variables have no relationship, so they do not vary together, resulting in 0 covariance. Question. In a binomial experiment, each trial has possible outcomes. Answer. B, 2. Explanation. Each trial in a binomial experiment must result in only two possibilities, usually called success and failure. Question. For a normal distribution, what percentage of data lies within plus or minus 2 sigma of mu? Answer. B, 95%. Explanation. According to the empirical rule, approximately 95% of all observations fall within 2 standard deviations of the mean. Question. The degrees of freedom for a t-test with n equals 10 is. Answer. A, 9. Explanation. Degrees of freedom for this test are calculated as the sample size minus 1. Question. In hypothesis testing, the p-value is compared with. Answer. C, significance level. Explanation. We compare the p-value to the significance level, or alpha, to decide whether to reject the null hypothesis. Question. The best estimator of population mean mu is. Answer. C, sample mean. Explanation. The sample mean is considered the most reliable and unbiased estimate for the actual population mean. Question. If x follows a normal distribution, then z equals x minus mu divided by sigma follows. Answer. A, N01. Explanation. This formula, called standardization, converts any normal distribution into a standard normal distribution with mean 0 and variance 1. Question. The probability density function of a continuous random variable integrates to. Answer. C, 1. Explanation. Integrating a probability density function over its entire range must equal 1, representing 100% probability. Question. For a positively skewed distribution. Answer. A, mean is greater than median, which is greater than mode. Explanation. In a positive skew, the long tail on the right side pulls the mean toward higher values. Question. If r equals 0.8, then the coefficient of determination is. Answer. A, 0.64. Explanation. The coefficient of determination is the square of the correlation coefficient, so 0.8 times 0.8 equals 0.64. Question: the F distribution is used in? Answer: B. ANOVA. Explanation: the F-test is the primary tool used in analysis of variance to compare the means of multiple groups. Question: a random sample is one where? Answer: A. Every member has equal chance of selection. Explanation: this ensures that every individual in the population has an unbiased probability of being included in the study. Question: the mean of the sampling distribution of means equals? Answer: B. Population mean. Explanation: according to the central limit theorem, the average of all possible sample means will be equal to the true mean of the population. Question: if X follows a binomial distribution with 10 trials and 0.5 probability, then P of X equals 5 is? Answer: A. 0.2461. Explanation: this is the specific probability of getting exactly 5 successes in 10 trials when the chance is 50%. Question: for a discrete random variable, the sum of all probabilities equals? Answer: B. 1. Explanation: just like continuous variables, the probabilities for every possible outcome in a discrete set must add up to 1. Question: the standard deviation of a sampling distribution is called? Answer: A. Standard error. Explanation: standard error measures the amount of variation or error expected in a sample statistic. Question: if A and B are mutually exclusive, then P of a intersection B equals? Answer: C. 0. Explanation: mutually exclusive events cannot happen at the same time, so their overlap is 0. Question: the variance of a constant is? Answer: A. 0. Explanation: a constant value never changes, so it has no variation or spread. Question: in a regression line, if B equals 2, it means? Answer: A. For every unit increase in X, Y increases by 2. Explanation: the slope B tells us exactly how much the dependent variable changes for each step in the independent variable. Question: the expected value of a constant C is? Answer: CC. Explanation: since a constant is always the same, its average or expected value is just the constant itself. Question: if P of A equals 0.4, P of B equals 0.5, and P of a union B equals 0.7, then P of a intersection B is? Answer: A. 0.2. Explanation: this is found by adding P of A and P of B, then subtracting the union. 0.4 plus 0.5 minus 0.7 equals 0.2. Question: which distribution is used for testing independence in contingency tables? Answer: C. Chi-square distribution. Explanation: the chi-square test is used to determine if there is a significant relationship between two categorical variables. Question: for a standard normal distribution, P of Z greater than 1.645 is approximately? Answer: A. 0.05. Explanation: this is a standard value used in hypothesis testing to identify the top 5% of the distribution. Question: the Poisson distribution is used for? Answer: A. Counting rare events. Explanation: it is the standard distribution used to measure the frequency of rare occurrences over a period of time. Question: if n equals 100, P equals 0.02, the binomial distribution can be approximated by Poisson with lambda equals? Answer: A. 2. Explanation: lambda is calculated as n times P, so 100 times 0.02 equals 2. Question: the sample variance is calculated as? Answer: B. Sum of x minus x bar squared divided by n minus 1. Explanation: dividing by n minus 1 provides a more accurate and unbiased estimate for the population variance. Question: in a one-tailed test, the critical region is on? Answer: B. One side. Explanation: a one-tailed test only checks for a change in one specific direction, either an increase or a decrease. Question: the coefficient of variation is expressed as? Answer: A. Sigma divided by mu times 100. Explanation: this shows the standard deviation as a percentage of the mean, allowing for comparisons between different data sets. Question: if E of x equals 3 and variance of x equals 2, then E of 3x plus 2 is? Answer: A. 11. Explanation: following expected value rules, we calculate 3 times 3 plus 2, which equals 11. Question: in a normal distribution, the mean, median, and mode are? Answer: A. All equal. Explanation: Because the curve is perfectly symmetrical, all three measures of center meet at the exact same point. Question: for a discrete uniform distribution with outcomes 1, 2 up to n, the mean is. Answer: n plus 1 divided by 2. Explanation: for a simple sequence of numbers, the average is the midpoint between the first and last value. Question: the probability of a sure event is. Answer: B1. Explanation: if an event is guaranteed to happen, its probability is 100% or 1. Question: in a hypothesis test, if p-value is less than alpha, we. Answer: B. Reject H0. Explanation: if the p-value is smaller than our significance level, we have enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis. Question: the formula for variance of a discrete random variable is. Answer: B. Sum of x minus mu squared times p of x. Explanation: this calculates the average squared distance from the mean, weighted by the probability of each outcome. Question: the continuity correction is used when approximating binomial by. Answer: B. Normal. Explanation: we use this adjustment when using a continuous distribution to estimate a discrete one to improve accuracy.